Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Tomorrow Money Show. If you're a developer in Africa trying to build anything involving payments, chances are you have hit the same wall many of us have. Not a technical wall, not a creativity wall, but a system wall. The problem isn't that African developers lack talent. The problem is that the financial rails we are forced to build on were never designed for open innovation. In many African countries, payments are controlled by closed systems. Banks control access to APIs. Mobile money providers restrict who can integrate. Payment gateways require layers of approvals, paperwork, and compliance processes before you can even start building. So instead of shipping products, developers spend months negotiating access. Instead of experimenting, they are filling out forms. And instead of building globally scalable software, they are logged into local siloed payment systems. Now imagine a completely different model. Imagine payment infrastructure that is open by default. Anyone can build on it, anyone can integrate with it, and anyone can send value across borders as easily as sending an email. That is what blockchain based payment rails offer. Blockchain payment systems are fundamentally different from traditional financial infrastructure because they are permissionless. No bank needs to approve your API key. No payment processor needs to onboard your company. No government needs to grant you integration access before you can write code. If you have internet access, you can build. For African developers, this changes everything. Let's take a practical example. Imagine you are building a freelance platform in Zimbabwe where developers, designers, and writers can sell their services globally. With traditional payment systems, you immediately run into problems. International payment processors might not support your country. Bank wires are slow and expensive. Platforms like PayPal may have limited functionality. But with blockchain rails, a developer in Harare can receive a payment from someone in New York, London, or Nairobi in minutes, if not seconds. No intermediary banks, no geographical restrictions, no currency conversion friction, just value moving across the network. This is why many developers across Africa are turning to stablecoins and blockchain networks as their default payment layer. Stablecoins allow users to transact in digital dollars without needing access to the US banking system. And when you combine stablecoins with programmable smart contracts, payments become something developers can automate and embed directly into their applications. You can build marketplaces, you can build subscription platforms, you can build micropayment systems, you can even build entirely new financial products that were impossible in traditional banking environments. And the most powerful part is that blockchain turns money into software. Instead of payments being something controlled by a handful of financial institutions, payments become a programmable layer that developers can integrate into their apps, just like authentication, messaging, or storage. For developers in Africa, this removes one of the biggest historical barriers to innovation, which is access to financial infrastructure and global markets. Now, this doesn't mean blockchain magically solves every problem. There are still challenges. User user experience is still improving. Regulation across African countries is still evolving, even though in most countries we now have clarity. Even here in Zimbabwe, we have regulatory clarity. Also, education around crypto and digital assets is still growing and needs to grow faster. But from a developer's perspective, the shift is already happening. We are moving from a world where payments are closed and controlled to a world where payment rails are open platforms. And historically, whenever infrastructure becomes open, innovation explodes. The internet did this for information. Open source software did this for development. And blockchain may do the same for financial infrastructure. For the first time, a developer in Lagos, Nairobi, Accra, or Harare can build financial applications that work globally from day one. No permission required, no gatekeepers. This is why blockchain based payment rails could become one of the most important building blocks for the next generation of African startups. Because when developers have open infrastructure, they don't just build apps, they build entire ecosystems. Africa is one of the fastest growing developer communities in the world. Give that community open financial rails, and the results could be extraordinary. Thanks for watching the Tomorrow Money Show. I am your host, Munyarazi Togarepi, the Crypto Czar. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who is interested in the future of crypto and blockchain in Africa. And as always, I'll see you in the next episode.